And back here at the Wellness Center as we get ready for tip-off. I will get to the starters for each team in one moment. Rams wearing their home whites. Red letters are black trim. Las Positas in their all-red uniforms. Tip is controlled by the Rams, moving right to left across your screen, and here we go. Looking to stay undefeated are the Rams in league play. And looking for their 11th overall victory. And that's a quick three up in the corner. That's no good. Lena Ilalio gets the ball right back, drives on her defender. That was Sierra Dillard, who forced an out of bounds, first turnover of the game. So Nia Ilalio, the first shot attempt, no good for the Rams. And here come the Hawks, who are looking to get some revenge after a 28-point home loss to City College back in January. Three on the way, and it's good off the glass. A quick three, and the Hawks open the scoring. That was Jenna Cole, averaging 14 points a game to lead this Hawks team. One of two double-digit scorers for Las Positas. Rams back on offense, working the ball around the perimeter. Nepomuceno. Inside. Ilalio, that shot's no good, but the foul will send her to the line. So Derek Lau, in talking with him before the game, said that this team likes to get out. They like to run and gun, but he said do not count out the post play. Despite the fact that they are a guard-led team, they like to move up and down the floor. They like to shoot the ball early. They will have confidence in their post players down low. And then Ilalio, 5.5 points per game. The freshman splits the free throws. It's 3-1 early on here. Las Positas leading. And City College, as they like to do, you see right there, pressing on defense, and right there, forcing a turnover of their own. And that's just also a bad pass on Jenna Cole, but that's something that Derek Lau talked with me as well, as we have a quick timeout on the floor. And for the Hawks, they didn't like that. Getting very rattled on the first press they've seen on the second possession, so they want to talk things over. They lead 3-1. So on the floor for the Hawks, it's Monique Kennedy, the freshman forward. She's joined, of course, with Jenna Cole in the backcourt. Sierra Dillard, the swingman for the Hawks. Ashley Hart, the shooting guard. And rounding out the starting five, as they looks like they're discussing things over at the scorer's table. Meanwhile, for the Rams, Nia Ilalio will start. She had the free throws a moment ago. She's joined in the front court by Gianna Duncan-Mosley. So a freshman, a sophomore. Caprice Taylor, of course, with 20 points a game in the backcourt as Ilalio drives and is fouled again. She'll get herself to the line again. And on Spencer rounds out the starting five for the Rams. Both free throws missed. It stays 3-1 Hawks. That ball almost picked off on the errant pass. Down low, a little elbow jumper. That's Sierra Dillard, her first points. It's 5-1 now, Las Positas leading. Three on the way. In response is good. And Nepomuceno was left wide open, and she buried it. She averages 6 points a game, 6.5 to be exact for the Rams, who press again on defense. This time Las Positas gets away. Cole up top to Ashley Hart, who lost the handle. Turnover, and here come the Rams with numbers. And Caprice Taylor on the ahead pass, and 20.5 points a game coming into tonight. And Taylor, her first 2 points of the game, and just like that, the Rams are on top 6-5 with 7:52 seconds to go here in this first half. Ball knocked away, and last touch by a Hawk defender, the referees will say. So Monique Kennedy with another turnover for the Hawks. So right now, good defense by the Lady Rams. And Taylor will handle this time. She gets the ball right back top of the key. Nepomuceno. And that pass was intended. It looked like they were trying to find on Spencer down low. Turnover by the Rams. They're second of the ball game. It stays 6-5. Cole is fouled. Pleasure. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. Oh, of course. That shot no good off the inbound. Thrown away, and they're going to say kick ball. Will it stay with Las Positas? It'll stay with the Hawks with 27 to shoot now. They're down 1, 7-12 to go in the first quarter. Hart handles, knocked away for a moment by Taylor, but she regains the ball. Far side, this is Kennedy down low. Turnaround jumper is no good, and it was last touched by Taylor. That did not draw the iron, I don't believe, so it'll stay just 14 seconds to shoot now. So a bit of an unusual possession by Las Positas. They'll inbound under their own hoop. Catch and shoot is in and out. Ashley Hart tried to connect. Here come the Rams now moving back the other way. That shot no good, but Spencer got her own rebound. Taylor, far side. This is Nepomuceno for three. That's no good. A bit long. Rebounded by the Hawks. Coming the other way, left to right across your screen. Dillard. Elbow jumper, no good. Tracked down, fought for a scramble on the ground. And is it a jump ball? So it will stay with Las Positas on the jump ball. As 3 Rams will sit. Anissa Dorsey gets in for her first action of the ball game. Along with Georgiana Edwards, a freshman and a sophomore off the bench for Derek Lau. Hawks down 1 with the ball, 6-5 early on here. Roney kills the dribble. Tried to find her post player, tracked down by Kennedy. Roney gets the ball right back. Right elbow jumper, no good. And here come the Rams, right to left. Dorsey handles. Near side. Mosley down the key and lost the dribble that time and was actually trying to find her teammate, but after all that, Caprice Taylor says, I'll take that steal, and an easy 2 on the other way. So Taylor doing it on both sides of the ball right now, defending and offensively, and another steal, but knocked out of bounds. So Gianni Duncan Mosley, 2 steals in about 10 seconds for the Rams. 20 to shoot for the Hawks. Taylor harassing Hart. Dillard with 7 to shoot. And it was Samantha Roney, the sophomore guard, who is called for a 3-second violation. So turnover, now 5th of the first half for Las Positas. Rams up 3, 8-5 now, 5:15 to go. Pull-up 3 is no good. Hawks out and running the other way. And Hart tried to flip it up with the left hand, no good. Fast break the other way. That's no good. A couple of errant possessions there. Foul on the floor. We'll see who that's on. And looks like it'll be a Rams foul. And Jordana Edwards will get called for her first personal. Each team has 2 fouls apiece now. 5 minutes exactly with the Rams up 8-5 in this first half. It's a warm night in San Francisco. A bit of a slow start to this one, however. Hawks trying to get their scoring going. 59.8 points per game is what the Hawks average coming into tonight. Traveling on the floor, turnover back to the Rams. Meanwhile, City College averages 67.8 points a game. So you see the scoring differential. Taylor quickly handling. Little 3-man weave there in the key. Ooh, it was a good look, but Mata Makoni could not get that one to go. And a turnover. Nice steal on the bounce pass. Edwards brought the ball into the front court. Then the Rams slow things down, working the ball around the key. Taylor starts her drive. Up with the right hand. Nice move, but just can't get it to go. But an offensive rebound right under the basket. And Jordana Edwards cleans up that mess. Her first points of the ball game. It's 10-5 now, the Rams lead. The Rams pressing now, as they did the last couple possessions, and that almost leads to a turnover. So good job. Caprice Taylor is just all over the floor right now. Las Positas, who has won 3 of their last 4 ball games coming into tonight. Last game, a 58-50 win over CSM. They're down 5 here with just 5 to shoot. And a traveling. So Brittany Lee, she saw she had to turn on the burners to try and get to the basket, but with only 4 seconds, just shuffled her feet. And Rika Baba into the ball game, handles for the Rams. Far side, Alexa Prado. Some of the reserves in early here in the first half. Nice move in the key. And good defense, but they'll say she was fouled. It looked like Sierra Dillard had pretty good footwork on Ma'ata Makoni. But Makoni, the freshman forward, averaging nearly double digits, 9.5 points a game. So a very productive player for Derek Lau, but she's coming off the bench this game. She nets the first free throw. It's 11-5 now. So certainly a bit of a different script this game so far. And what was a 97-59 ball game last game, it's only 11-5 here with 3:20 to go in the first half. And it is a bit warm here in this gym. It was a warm, gorgeous day here in San Francisco. And the air conditioning still kind of taking its time to kick in. That could account to a little bit of the slow start for the players. And now a timeout called in between free throws. And it looks like their coach was called for a technical. That was a very subtle technical there. Usually you hear some swearing or yelling. I didn't hear either, but apparently said something the referees didn't like. So in addition to the extra free throw on the shooting foul, Makoni's going to get a technical free throw right here. 12-5 now with 3:20 to go in this first half. So both technical free throws are good, and now we'll shoot the second of the shooting foul. So could be a 4-point possession here, with the Rams now up 13-5. It is 14-5, 3:20 to go in the first half. Rams press again. Brittany Lee weaves through traffic. Now Michaela Malave in for her first action. Gets the ball back up top of the key. Far side pass. Good defense by the Rams. Very good defense with just 4 to shoot. Fadeaway jumper off the side of the backboard, and that was just a perfect defensive possession. Chelsea Lavelle, or I beg your pardon, that was Alexa Prado. Good job closing in on the shooter and trying to harass her with only 3 to shoot, and she forced an errant shot that time. So the Rams clamping down defensively and starting to open up the scoring offensively. Anissa Dorsey handles far side. Prado. Back to Dorsey. Starts her drive. Edwards. And a nice cleanup. McConey. So McConey now with 6 points just like that after the 4 free throws and the layup there. It's 16-5 Rams lead. A little touch foul there. Dorsey was called for her first personal. Third team foul on the Rams, who are leading by 11 now. And an errant pass that time. Lee will control. Roney all the way down the key, and I thought she might have traveled. And when she fouled, wow, that was a bailout call because I felt that she shuffled her feet going to the basket. But through the effort and sheer will, the sophomore works her way to the line. She'll shoot 2. So right now, Las Positas looking for any kind of answer offensively. They have not been getting good looks, but also credit the Rams' defense. They have been playing some very shut-down man-to-man defense, and they've also been adding the full-court press to make things even tougher for Las Positas as Roney misses the second free throw. She splits the free throws. Las Positas still down 10 with 1:50 and counting. Prado. This is Baba, far side. And a turnover. Good defense that time by Monique Canati. Here come the Hawks running left to right. Lee. Roney. Thought Lee got away with a double dribble there. So did Derek Lau. That's an errant shot. And Michaela Malavi steals that pass from the free throw line. That shot no good. And a nice rebound by McConey, but it'll stay with the Rams as McConey had the ball knocked out of her hands. .116 and counting. As Zakiya Willis will check in, the freshman averaging 11.8 points per game. Tallest player on this roster for Derek Lau. Her first action of the ball game. Alexa Prado. Up top to Rika Baba. Nepomuceno back in the ballgame, handles for a moment. Now this is Prado again. Near side, Baba. And they tried to find Willis down low, but that ball knocked away. Third steal of the ballgame for the Hawks. Under a minute to go now. Lee. With 18 to shoot, 42 left on the game clock. That shot no good. Willis controls, pushes the other way into the front court. Willis all the way to the basket, up with the right hand, the basket and the foul. And how about Willis? Zakiya Willis taking it all the way. And the freshman will see a chance here for a three-point play. Her team up 12 now, so San Francisco, not the biggest half in terms of scoring, but allowing a fantastic defensive effort so far. He wants his team to play not just their run and gun style, but he wants his team to play disciplined defense. That free throw is no good, and it'll stay with the Rams. Alexis Karingle came in crashing the boards on that missed free throw, but it was off of her. So with 27 on the game clock, the Rams can hold for the final shot if they wish. Prado with 20 to shoot. Nepomuceno starts her drive. Imani Hall touched the ball for a moment. Nepomuceno, a deep three on the way. It's good from the far side. Nepomuceno buried that with 4 seconds. 1 second to go, and the Hawks will not get a final shot off. And just like that, a half in the books here at Brad Dugan Court, and what a half it was for the Rams defensively, to say the least. A 21-6 lead they'll have going into the locker room here at halftime. And Las Positas right now, you got to think they want to talk things over, how they can get their head together and figure things out offensively. Oh, women do quarters. Okay, my bad. Quarter in the books. And the Rams will keep Willis out there. She'll be joined by Alexa Prado, Emily Nepomuceno, and no shot that time. They're going to say 3 seconds in the key. By the way, Imani Hall is also out there for the Rams. So Hall, Mosley, Willis with Taylor sitting in her place. And a turnover. I was waiting if that was a foul call or a turnover. Oh, it is a foul. I beg your pardon. So Alexa Prado called for the personal. That's her first. Team 5th in this half. And a turnover. So they're just right off the hands of Alexis Kringle. 21-6 here at the start of the second quarter. Nepomuceno will handle. Gets the ball back, tees up a 3. It's good. Her second made 3 in as many attempts. And she's starting to heat up. She averages 6.4 per game, so already at her game average here with 9 to go in the second quarter. 24-6 Rams lead. Turnover. Nepomuceno starts the fast break, finds Willis. And it's just a little bit too far ahead of her. The Hawks try to answer back in fashion. And that shot no good, but Alexis Kringle will work her way to the line. And just like that, we'll see Caprice Taylor make her way back to the scorer's table. And I think they may have called a technical on Prado after the foul, so she obviously said something that the refs did not like. So the second technical here to this evening, each team with 1 apiece, and Kringle will now shoot 2 technical free throws, and then the shooting fouls will be assessed after that. It's still an 18-point lead for the Rams here. They're saying that one of the Rams players may have kind of shoulder bumped another player in the heat of the moment, and that's where they originally called the technical. And then a timeout on the floor. Well, Las Positas coming into this game, it's 0.8 points per game, so well under their average if you look at their projection right now. And like I said, credit the Rams defense, but this is a team that can shoot the ball a bit. They are 32% as a team from 3, 35% from the field. They average 12 assists per game, but they have had some trouble scoring consistently when you look at their schedule. And meanwhile for the Rams, kind of in the middle of the pack statistically when you look at their scoring per average. But when you've won 10 straight games, I guess you'll really will find few and far things to complain about. Rams with just one home loss all year, and that was on a neutral court, so really a home loss in technicality only. And this is a team that is not used to losing much here at Brad Dugan Court at all. It was an Alexa Prado, by the way, that technical foul. First free throw is good. 24-7 now. Rams lead the Hawks. And there must have been 2 technicals called because I'm seeing 4 technical free throws be shot here as the 4th one is missed. So it stays 24-8 now. A 16-point lead for the Rams with 8:42 to go. And it looks like the original foul was not a shooting foul, but it does stay with Las Positas. The Rams, by the way, 10th in the conference in 13.2 steals per game average. That's a pretty good average, and they already have about 4 tonight. We'll see how that continues. Back to the action here after the technical free throws. That 2 is no good. Offensive rebound stays in the hands of the Hawks. Hart. Left-handed dribble. Down the lane. A little flip with the right hand. It was a nice move. As Taylor tried to throw it off a Hawk, ended up throwing it off her own teammate. Stays with the Hawks with a fresh shot clock as well. (24-9) Rams lead. And that ball nearly thrown away. And then it is a backcourt violation as Alexis Caringo could not quite save it for Las Positas. Another turnover. And the Rams up 15 with 8:10 to go in the second quarter, trying to add to that lead. Nepomuceno, she can shoot it from there if she wanted to. Down low, nice pass to Amani Hall. Off the Hawks, though, so Hall will get another crack at it here. Nepomuceno will inbound under her own basket. That flip up, no good. And back come the Hawks, left to right across your screen. Hart, guarded by Taylor, calls for a screen, goes around that screen, right in front of the Rams bench, but good defense by Taylor. She hands it off to Dillard. That deep 2, no good. And I bet that was actually Samantha Roney, I beg your pardon. But it was off front iron and then out of bounds to the Rams. Taylor will handle into the front court. Near side Nepomuceno catch and shoot 3. Just off back iron that time. She's hit 2 already tonight. It stays a 15-point lead for the Rams. Down low, nice move that time. A beautiful head fake, but Canati just can't get it to go. And then Dillard can't get it to go. A third attempt, and then after all that work, Alexis Caringo took too many steps. A turnover. So you see Las Positas actually doing a pretty decent job on the offensive boards. They're getting second opportunities, but they just cannot consistently put it in the bucket tonight. 7 minutes and ticking to go in the second quarter. Taylor. Nepomuceno. And a turnover. Nice stole that time by Kayla Malavi, and that's the easiest bucket the Hawks will see all night. 24-13. is the lead now for the Rams. Three on the way is good. Gianni Duncan Mosley. Just 4.5 points per game this year, but that's her first three of the ball game. 27-11, Rams lead. Dillard answers right back. Rams now trying to pick up the pace. Another three. That's an air ball. And it was Elalio under the basket. And was she fouled, or it was off a Positas defender? Mosley will sit, as will Nepomuceno. Anissa Dorsey back in the game, along with Rika Baba. That deep two was no good. Rebound by the Hawks. They're trying to push the ball on offense. Malave handles. This is Kanani Mirsad. Right back to Malave. Two-man weave with Makati. And a nice drive that time, but Roni just can't quite finish. Baba. This is Dorsey. A nice steal that time. So an errant pass by Dorsey. And Malave being very active defensively for Las Positas. And a block that time. Rika Baba, her first block of the night. She starts the fast break the other way. Bounce pass, a beautiful pass to Caprice Taylor. 2 more points for that young lady. But credit Rika Baba with that setup. Rams press again. Taylor knocks the ball away for a moment. It stays with the Hawks. Malave, a runner in the lane, just can't get it to go. 29-13 with 4:55 and ticking in the second quarter. Dorsey. Nice pass that time. Elalio just can't quite get it to go. Elalio averages 5.5 points a game for the Rams. She's down low right now. One of those post players on defense. Cole. And the ball taken right away from Sierra Dillard. It was on Spencer, who was called for the personal. Or I beg your pardon, that was Nia Elalio, her first personal. 4th team foul of the quarter. Jump ball called. It'll be the Rams' ball this time. So good quick hands by Caprice Taylor. Oh, I beg your pardon. Looks like they flipped the possession arrow at the quarter change, so it'll stay with Las Positas, who are down 16. That shot no good. Rams back the other way. Three on the way from Taylor. No good, but nice work under the basket by On Spencer. And Spencer, 2 more points. She's had a good showing this ball game so far. And she almost causes a turnover, but she may get called for the foul that time. And that was actually Nia Elalio who will get called for her second personal. Elalio. 2 quick fouls here. Ashley Hart at the line for Las Positas. (31-13) after the missed free throw. Score stays an 18-point lead for the Rams. Mosley thought about a three, starts her drive down the lane, and no shot. They're going to say that she shuffled her feet before the pass. Three minutes, 47 seconds before we head into the locker rooms for halftime. Rams up big here in the second quarter. Malave handles. Far side of Jenna Cole, right back to Malave up top. Lee had the ball knocked away from her for a moment. Las Positas trying to chip into this lead before they head to the locker room. That ball thrown away. Errant pass that time by Malave. Las Positas does pretty well in the turnover game, only averaging 18 turnovers a game. Turn and shoot. Alalio. Or I beg your pardon, that's Maata Makoni. 2 more points for her. She's nearing double digits for the Rams. Lee, that runner no good. Tried to put it in off the glass. Out of bounds to the Rams. Back up to a 20-point lead now for the Rams wearing all white. Nepomuceno back in the ballgame handles. Around the key to Taylor. 3 on the way. That's no good. Behind the back pass. And now a swing pass to Malave up top, right back to Jenna Cole. Dillard up top again to Malave with 12 to shoot. 3 on the way. That's no good. Malave tried to put it right back up, and she was fouled. This may be on Caprice Taylor, and it is. It's her first personal 6-team foul. Meanwhile, Las Positas has 0 fouls this quarter, and Derek Lau wants to talk things over with 2:14 to go in the second quarter. After the timeout, Michaela Malave will be at the line shooting 2. She splits the free throws. It's 33-14 now. City College on top. Nepomuceno. This is McConey. Right back to Nepomuceno. Far side. Mosley starts her drive with 8 to shoot now. 3 on the way. Straightaway 3, no good. Offensive rebound, though. And good work down low by McConey. She's into double digits now for the Rams to lead all scorers. Right at her game average already here in this first half. 35-14 with 90 seconds to go in the second quarter. That 3 is no good. McConey, the rebound, pushed ahead to Mosley. Mosley thought about a 3. Finds Willis down low, who can't quite get it to go. Lee. That would have been good for 3, but it's no good. McConey running back the other way with numbers. Willis. And a good job of her to simply throw it off a defender. The pass was a little bit too far ahead of her from McConey, but good vision on the court there to keep that ball in the hands of the Rams. With under a minute to go, they'll have 23 to shoot. 57.7 on the game clock showing before the teams head to locker rooms for the half. Mosley inbounding under her own basket. And a turnover that time. Bad pass from Gianni Mosley. Ball on the floor, but stays with the Hawks this time. Good hands that time. McConey with the turnover. Pushes ahead, but she turns the ball right over herself. Back on the Hawks. 3 on the way. Air ball. McConey pushes quickly ahead to Jordana Edwards on the floor for the Rams. Edwards all the way. Up with the right hand and scores. 17 seconds to go. We'll see if Las Positas tries to get a quick shot off here. Elbow jumper is no good. And now 6 seconds to go. Gianni Mosley with 2 seconds. Shot is up at the buzzer, and it would have been good, but it's just offside iron. And do we have a foul called at the last second? And we do have a foul. So it's not a buzzer beater, but right here at the buzzer, Gianni Duncan Mosley will have a chance to add on 2 more points for the Rams. And a technical called on the floor. And it looked like Maata McConey was in the face of a Hawks player a little bit, jawing a little bit with one of her counterparts. She goes over to the bench a little ticked off. It's a 3rd technical already called this game. So we'll sort this out here. Looks like we may see 2 technical free throws from the Hawks. And they have reset the game clock to 1.3 now. So I thought that was a foul call at the last second, but there is technically a second left here in regulation here at the Wellness Center. Meanwhile, the Rams are up 37-14 as the officials will assess what should happen here. I believe at some point we'll see some technical free throws. Certainly, if you're Las Positas, you got to think the first thing you need to address in that locker room is how can they get some better-looking shots off. It's been a stifling Rams defense for the first 2 quarters of this ball game here, and they've allowed just 14 points here while scoring 37 of their own. So Gianni Duncan Mosley will be shooting 2 free throws, then we'll see if there are technical free throws on the other end. (38-14) is the score now. The Rams, who, as I mentioned before, beat Las Positas by 28, now has a 25-point lead with just a second to go before the half. Both free throws are good, and now we'll have technical free throws on the other end. So Monique Canati misses the first. Just trying to chip into this Rams lead. That's no good. And with a second to go, we'll see if Las Positas can muster a final shot before the halftime. And they did get a shot off. Was she fouled on the shot attempt? And it looks like she was out of bounds. And with 0.3 to go, we'll just get a final touch here before the half. Buzzer sounds, and that is the half here. And what a half it is for City College. They scored 39 points in the first 2 quarters to lead 39-14 here on sophomore night. We'll step aside for a few minutes and then come back and get you ready for the second half here on live City College of San Francisco basketball coverage, streaming on Facebook Live here in San Francisco. Back here at the Wellness Center, getting ready for the start of the second half. Rams with a 25-point over the visiting Las Positas Hawks. Rams wearing their home whites, red letters, black trim. Meanwhile, Las Positas in their all-road reds. In that first half, Maata Makone led the way with 10 points for the Rams. Caprice Taylor had 6. Emily Nepomuceno had 9. En route to a 39-point first half. Rams now moving left to right. Ball thrown away, intended for Caprice Taylor, so an early turnover here. Just underway in the third quarter. First game of a doubleheader here before the men will take on Las Positas themselves. But the number 5 team in the state here, the Lady Rams, trying to win their 11th straight and stay undefeated in conference play. And there's a turnover. So a couple quick errant passes here to get this third quarter underway. Gianni, Duncan, Mosley. Mosley, middle of the key, ball partially knocked away. It'll stay with City College. Mosley hassled underneath, and now Taylor tees up a 3. That's no good. Hawks running the other way. And a foul called on the shot. First foul of the third quarter here from either team. And that's on Spencer, called for her first of the ball game. Sierra Dillard, who had 4 points in the first half for the Hawks, the sophomore, misses the first free throw. It stays 39-14 after the pair miss free throws, just underway here in the third quarter. Ball knocked away, regained by Mosley. This is Nepomuceno. Down low. Good work by Elalio. It finds its way into the hands of Mosley, who missed that 3 right there. And then off the foot of a Hawk, but it stays with Las Positas and Jenna Cole as they swing it now around to Malave up top. She's guarded by Taylor, who stays with her. Taylor still on Malave, and that shot no good. Stays with the Hawks. They reset the shot clock despite the fact that it didn't draw iron, and then a quick 2 there. It's 39-16 now, Rams leading. 3 on the way. Nepomuceno buries it. Her third 3 of the ball game. She has 12 now to lead all scores. 42-16. That was Jenna Cole trying to answer back. Ball tracked down. It stays with the Hawks, but then Cole stepped out of bounds. Cole is their leading scorer. 14.6 per game for the point guard. $7:27 to go in this third quarter. Nepomuceno. Near side, Taylor starts her drive. Taylor, a little elbow jumper is good. That's too easy when you give her that much room to shoot. And 20 points per game. She's a scoring machine. And she almost gets a steal right there. She scrambles on the ground for it, but stays with the Hawks. And then another scramble in the lane. And a foul. So Monique Canati had the ball in her hands. And she'll find her way to the free throw line. That was on Spencer. Called for her second personal. Jenna Cole will sit for Las Positas. Both free throws good. That's been an issue tonight for Las Positas at the free throw line. They've left a lot of free points on the line. 44-18. Rams lead by 26. Mosley shakes off a defender. And then an errant pass that time. She was trying to find Nepomuceno in the right-hand corner. Out of bounds. Second turnover of the half committed by the Rams. They're still up 26, however. Roney all the way up with the left hand and scores. Samantha Roney, her first 2 points of the ball game for Las Positas. Down 44-20 now. 6:22 to go in the third quarter. Three on the way, in the corner, and no good. Back all the way was Ashley Hart, but then she lost the dribble at the very end. Rams with numbers the other way. Taylor kills the dribble, and from the free throw line, buries a two. She's starting to heat up for the Rams. 46-20. Rams still up big. Bounce pass. This is Dillard, and she can't get it to go. Nepomuceno running with teammates, left to right. That three was no good. Gianni Duncan Mosley pushes for the Rams. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Deep two, no good. That would have been on Spencer's second made field goal. Hart. Three on the way, it's good. Ashley Hart, her first points of the night. I think just the second made three tonight by Las Positas. 46-23 is the score. Taylor draws the double team. Step back three is good. And Caprice Taylor, who had a quiet first half, well, quiet for her standards, is starting to get heated up. And when she averages 20 points a game, you got to think it's only a matter of time before she gets going. Foul on the floor. And now a fresh starting five, or fresh line change, if you will come in for the Rams. Willis is in there. Now Prado. Riki Baba. Foul on the floor. Anissa Dorsey also comes in for the Rams, along with Mata Makoni, who was in double-digit scoring in the first half. She had quite a first two quarters of this ball game. 10 points to lead the Rams. Dorsey handles. This is Baba. Around the screen, back to Dorsey in the corner. A three from Willis. It's good. Right in front of her own bench. That got her teammates up and cheering. 52-23. Lead up to 29 now for the Rams. We're starting to feel it from beyond the arc. Bounce pass inside. No good. Good defense that time by the Rams. Willis. McConey to Dorsey. Back to McConey. 3 on the way. Just off front iron. Willis with the offensive rebound and the putback. Willis had just 2 points in the first half, but already 4 here. And a steal. Dorsey back the other way. 1-on-1. Dorsey kills the dribble and then a good defensive stop. And heads up play by Samantha Roney, who's hassled by Dorsey and then turns the ball over herself. Scramble on the floor. And possession arrow will favor Las Positas, but good effort nonetheless by Dorsey. .259 left in the third quarter. A long pass that time. And Las Positas lucky to still have the ball here. They're down 31 now. That three's no good. Dorsey left to right around the defender. Baba, 3 on the way. High arcing 3, no good. But Dorsey comes up with the rebound and it bats it right to McConey. McConey still with the ball all the way down the lane, up with the right hand, and a beautiful move all the way to the glass. And Anta McConey has had quite a game here tonight. 14 points already. It's been McConey down low, and then it's been the guard play getting it done in this third quarter from beyond the arc. 56-23 is the score. Rams up big. And McConey, it actually would have been a better defensive play if she had established her footing, but nonetheless, she's a big body down there. That's her third personal, 4th team foul this half on City College. Ashley Hart dribbled once, and now they find Roney on the outside. Down low, that was Sierra Dillard. That's no good, but a second chance here for the Hawks. Hart up at the right hand. Can't get it to go. Out of bounds. We'll see who it's off of. It'll stay with Las Positas. Apparently, Willis touched it last. Zakia Willis in there down low. The biggest player on the court for the Rams. And Dillard, just can't get it to go. It was halfway down the rim. Bad luck for her that time. And Willis took it right away. And it was almost a turnover, but Willis stuck with it like a receiver there that play. Step back, deep 2 on the way, no good. Here come the Hawks. This is Jenna Cole. Cole, 3 on the way. Rika Baba. Near side. Willis. That's no good. 60 seconds to go in the third quarter. Good defense that time. McConey wasn't having any of that. Forced a tough shot. Baba to McConey down the lane. Beautiful ball movement that time. McConey, 16 points for the freshman. So already well above her season average of points per game. She was averaging just 9.5. Third leading scorer on this Rams team. Foul on the floor. So McConey having quite a game. Zakia Willis, she's the second leading scorer on this team. She's having a bit of a quiet game offensively, but she has made some good defensive plays so far here. Alexa Prado handled. She's back in the game for the Rams. This is Dorsey. Off back iron. Hawks trying to push the other way. Long 3 with a second to go. Off front iron. And that's the buzzer for the end of the third quarter. Well, more of the same. Some very good defense by the Rams, but they had have really started to heat up from the outside. And it's a 25-point lead. So City College, who just seems to have the Hawks number this year, they, like I said, back on January 16th, they beat Las Positas in Pleasanton by a score of 97-59. So in that game, Caprice Taylor had 36 points. Zakia Willis had 13 rebounds. Also had 7 points. And it won't maybe point game again tonight from Taylor, but a more rounded offensive effort. And it seems like the Rams, barring a fourth quarter miracle here, may be well on their way to an 11th straight victory. Taylor, the pull-up three. I was just talking about her. She must have heard me. She wanted to add to that point total. She looks a little sheepishly over to her sideline. That wasn't the best looking shot. .25 lead, 58-23 Rams lead at the start of the fourth quarter. Rams will press again. Hawks just trying to play with pride here in the fourth. Roney sets the screen after getting the pass off, and that's good. Jenna Cole, 5 points for her tonight. 58-25 is the score. Taylor down the lane and just can't quite get it to go, but she drew the foul. We haven't seen Taylor do a lot of driving like that. She's more content to shoot the mid-range jumper. We've seen her hit a couple threes. But that time, putting the ball on the floor, putting her head down a little bit, being a little bit more aggressive. And she has some size. Has pretty good height, a bit of bulk, so it's not like she doesn't have the ability, but she's also a great shooter, so she doesn't necessarily need to do that a whole lot. Hits both free throws, 60-25. That leads up to 35 now for the Rams. Quite a lopsided affair here on a Friday night in San Francisco. Cole, step back three, no good. Ball pulled down by Imani Hall back in this game for the Rams. Hall came up with the errant pass there and will assess the whistle on the floor. And that was a foul on Jordana Edwards. And a timeout is called. Well, this is exclusive live coverage of Rams basketball here on Facebook Live. Aaron Turner, happy to be calling this game. Don't forget, a men's affair will take place next. The Rams, the men's Rams, with just a single loss this year in a tournament way back in November. They have yet to be defeated since. So a red-hot team is waiting to take this one. And meanwhile, the Lady Rams, who have not lost a conference game in over 2 years, looking to keep more of the same here. And a turnover, so the Rams will get it right back. Already up 60-25 with 8:50 to go in this ball game. Taylor, far side Nepomuceno. Taylor, three on the way, straight away, no good. Ball knocked around, it'll be off the Rams, I believe. Jordana Edwards touched that last, so the Hawks will get the ball back. It is sophomore night. The Rams honoring 6 of their sophomores tonight. Derek Lau, very proud of his sophomores and all his starters. As I mentioned in the first half, a lot of these Rams starters are very new to starting as a turnovers on the floor. Rams back the other way. Nepomuceno, ball was knocked off the defender, then knocked off the official. But these starters really stepped up for Derek Lau. Lady Rams with just 3 losses this year, so well on their way to another playoff run. They made the Elite Eight last year, and then they made the state semis the year before. Derek Lau in just his 4th year, taking over for longtime coach Jamie Hayes 4 years ago. Hawks with the ball now, moving right to left. And a kick ball will have a inbound here near side. Roney, that shot no good. But on the second effort, Dillard gets 2 points for Las Positas, just trying to crack the 30-point mark here. Rams have 60. That runner no good, rebounded by the Hawks. All the way, mid-range jumper by Malave, no good, but Roney there. Samantha Roney, the sophomore, gets 2 points. It's 60-29 now, a lead for the Rams. Still up 31 with 7:13 and ticking. Taylor surveys as the Rams will slow things down a bit here offensively. Nepomuceno, high arcing three, no good. Rebounded by the Hawks, trying to push the other way. Roney, runner, no good. And Malavi crashed the boards hard, and she went down in a pile with Nepomuceno kind of falling on top of her. And they called a foul on Nepomuceno, apparently. I'm not sure if that's a foul on really either player there. If anything, in my opinion, that's more of a no call, but I am not the official. And in a steal on the inbound, Caprice Taylor took it right away. She's pushing all the way to the other end. Taylor, and just a little too strong, and good defense recovering there was Dillard, but then a turnover. Taylor tried to get another shot off. That's no good. Ball fought for a scramble. Is there a foul or is it a jump ball? I think it's going to be a foul. Jordana Edwards will sit for the Rams. And now Derek Lau wants to talk things over on the sideline. Well, Derek Lau, in talking to him before the game, he mentioned that as long as the Rams take care of business down the stretch to close out conference play, they can keep that undefeated streak in conference play alive. And this is a program with a lot of pride. Under Jamie Hayes, they were a perennial state runner-up. They got to the state championship game in 2010, a game that I was covering here at my beginning of my City College sports career. But Derek Lau, who took them into the Final Four 2 seasons ago, is really expecting big things here in the postseason and certainly wants to see his team play as disciplined and as tight and mistake-free as possible, even in a affair like this where it's a rather lopsided game. So certainly the way that his team finishes with a 31-point lead with 6:27 to go in the fourth quarter can say a lot about where his team is mentally. And the last thing you want to see is any team get complacent no matter what the score is, no matter what your record is, and no matter what the score was the last time you played a team. But a strong game here on both sides tonight. And Derek Lau, despite a few splashes of erratic play tonight, has got to be pleased with what he's seen. That three is good. Ashley Hart, her first points of the ball game. 60-32 Rams lead. Three on the way. Baba can't get it to go. Rattles around for a moment. And then a fight underneath for the ball, but it'll stay with the Hawks. Anissa Dorsey checks back in to replace Emily Nepomuceno, who's had quite a game. So she deserves that rest. 60-32, 5:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Nice drive inside. Ashley Hart can't quite get the basket to go, but she does draw the foul. Hart is the second leading scorer on this team, so a very quiet night for her, a player who averages 12.6 points per game and shoots 38% from the field, misses her first free throw. One more coming, her team down 28. Dorsey handles with Taylor on the bench for now. That's good. And Gianni Duncan Mosley, 2 more for her. She has 7 in the ball game now. Hart handles. Guarded by Rika Baba. Goes around the screen. Then finds Dillard. That deep 2 is no good. And then Nia Elalio was fouled after pulling the rebound down. And Las Positas wants to talk things over. They call timeout. .455 as we come out of the timeout. Rams with the ball. Up 62-33. Mosley harassed in the lane. Ball taken away from her. Hawks trying to run back the other way. Dillard. Off the glass, can't get it to go. And then she fights for the ball. It's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Rams.
Jump ball, possession, Las Positas.
Oh, no, I beg your pardon. It is Las Positas ball. The possession now favored them. Down low is a good move. Monique Kennedy, her first points of the ball game. 62-35. Rams still on top big. Baba, near side. Starts her drive up at the left hand. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Hawks. That's no good. Brittany Lee, her first action, she was trying to get the ball off the glass. Ball knocked away, stolen by the Hawks. They don't have numbers, but they don't care. All the way, and she can't get it to go. That was Ashley Hart. Baba now to Dorsey for 3. It's good. Baba with the assist, and Dorsey buries it right in front of her own bench. 65-35. Lee stays at 30 with just 3:23 and ticking. Roney, the bucket, and I believe she drew the foul. So they'll count the basket. It's 65-37 now. And Samantha Roney, the sophomore guard forward, I guess you could list her as a swingman, who averages 9.7 points per game, will have a chance to convert a 3-point play after this timeout. After the timeout, Roney back at the line with 3:17 to go in this fourth quarter. Converts the three-point play. It's 65-38. Rams leading. Jordana Edwards back in the ballgame for City College. On Spencer also in there. Taylor gets pressed and turns the ball over now. So the Hawks with some good defensive play right there. This is Roney, baseline. Lost the dribble, falls to the ground, and it was off the ankle of Caprice Taylor, so it'll stay with the Hawks. 3:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Hawks just trying to chip into this lead as much as possible. Scramble on the floor and a jump ball. This time, possession arrow favors the Rams. Under 3 minutes now left in the ball game. Nepomuceno. Three on the way is good. Nia Elalio with a big cheering section of her friends and family there courtside. Gets a roar of approval. Her first made three. It's 68-38 now with just 2:20 to go. Caprice Taylor comes up with a loose ball, but an illegal dribble there, and she might have also kind of gotten her elbow, albeit inadvertently, into the face of her defender. Ashley Hart, her counterpart, also wearing number 10, kind of sat down for a second, and she's going to sit on the bench, so she'll be replaced by Michaela Malave, who handles right now for Las Positas. Roney. Nice move off the glass. 68-40 is the score. Just under 2 minutes to go. Nepomuceno finds Elalio. Elalio all the way up at the right hand. And, almost a beautiful move. It was a nice move to get to the basket. Flip it up before she took that third step, which would have been a travel. She drew the foul. And she will go to the line to shoot two. Misses the first. She averages 5.5 points per game for Derek Lau. Second free throw is good. 4 points for her now. 69-40 is the score. Just over 90 seconds to go before the final buzzer. And Taylor should get called for the personal there. She kind of knocked Malave from behind. Well, with this game pretty much well in hand, it looks like City College will win their 11th straight victory. The Rams will then travel down to San Bruno to take on Skyline and the Trojans before having their home finale here on a week from tonight against Ohlone from Fremont. 69-42. Foul called on the drive, and Nepomuceno will get herself to the line. Well, they're going to fall just a bit short of their 97-point performance that occurred last time these two teams played, but meanwhile, they also holding Las Positas to 17 less points. Las Positas put up 59 in that affair back on the 16th of January. In that game, San Francisco shot 52% from the field. So you can see what this offense is capable of once they get going. It's 70-42 now. 1:20 to go. Roney finds Dillard inside. Ball knocked around. Dillard fights for it and then tried to find Roney, but a turnover. Nepomuceno back the other way with numbers. Finds Taylor. And a 6-foot jump shot is good. And we've seen that a few times tonight. Nepomuceno finding Taylor. 2 more points for her. 72-42, under a minute to go. Roney all the way. No, and ooh, that was a rather late foul called. But if you're Roney, you'll take it. It stops the clock with 55 left on the game clock. 55 seconds, that is. 72-42 is the score. Make it 72-43. So now the question is, will the Rams win by more or less than 30? It's a 28-point lead. Under a minute to go. Nepomuceno quickly into the front court. Taylor. This is Alalio near side, just trying to run the clock down are the Rams. Nepomuceno to Edwards. Now back to Nepomuceno. Taylor tees up a 3 and just can't get it to go, but Edwards down low, and she gets the put back. Jordana Edwards, nice work underneath. It's back to a 30-point lead with the shot clock turned off now. 24 seconds to go in the game. Las Positas may just hold it for a final shot. We shall see. And they won't get a final shot because that's a turnover. Edwards, and she might just pull the ball up here and let this clock expire, and it'll be a 30-point lead exactly. So San Francisco will march on to their 11th straight victory. They'll stay undefeated in conference play. They haven't lost a conference game in 2 years now, and that will do it. Well, it was quite an effort from Maata Makoni. Caprice Taylor did what she does. And Nepomuceno, those 3 ladies really led the way for the Rams, who will end up closing things out victorious tonight in a big way. 74-44 is your final score as we now turn our eyes to the Rams men's basketball team, one of the top teams in California. We'll look to keep things rolling as they'll take on Las Positas. We'll step aside and then get you ready for that ball game. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. And if you do not watch our second game, thanks so much for watching. I'm Aaron Turner. It was a pleasure to call you this game here live on Facebook Live. And have a great weekend, everybody. Once again, your final score, Lady Rams 74, Las Positas 44.